I just wanted to say hi. Hi, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions.
Hi, could you repeat again which uh which one of CAPS or RISE would you recommend to students?
Which of the two resources?
Yeah.
So they're really different. So CAPS is specifically for students who want to speak to a therapist, and or if you want to, do group therapy or speak to a psychiatrist, get evaluated. So it's really for one-on-one individual mental health care or group therapy. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling stressed and you feel like you need to talk to someone for support, CAPS is really that resource. Rise is a lot is we don't offer individual therapy at Rise. We really offer kind of more skills based, just programming for people who want to learn how to take care of their mental health. So you can come in to speak to our staff and we can be a source of support for you, but we're really more of like a holistic resource, not so much if you want therapy. Does that make sense?
Okay, so CAPS is like professional therapy, while RISE is more like take care of yourself, right?
Yeah, Rise is more like come in and learn about how to take care of your holistic mental health through lots of different things. And we're also a drop-in space. So you can just come in and like hang out. I'm sitting on our couches right now. I don't know if you can see. It's a nice comfy couch. So yeah, you can come in whenever we're open and just hang out as well, as long as there's no programming happening in this room.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Hi, could I ask a question about the mental health leadership training with RISE?
Yeah. Do you have a specific question about it or?
Yeah. So I guess I'm sort of looking at it on the website now. It says like 5 session self-paced training. Does that
Yes.
mean, I'm guessing that means it's online. What does that look like?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We may revisit it. So it is like a slightly older resource that are definitely still offering, but it's essentially like you register for it and you get like you get like a passcode type thing. And so you can go through the modules on your own and then you get a certificate based on that. So it was developed during COVID. So I think there's a lot of things just for some background, Rise opened in the winter of 2019 and right before COVID. So there's a lot of stuff that we kind of had to pivot and start offering online. So we just hired a bunch of new staff and we're really reopening the space. So there are some things like, for example, that we may start offering in person, but right now we're online because we kind of had to pivot that way. But yeah, if you're interested in that, you can definitely send me an email, and I can like give you more information once we figure out sort of how we're doing it this year. But yeah, that is it's a very cool resource for students who want to just be more equipped with mental health support skills for supporting others in the community.
Okay, thank you.
And I can type my email in here too. Any other questions or thoughts? Were people familiar with the CAPS drop-in hours? Is that something people have heard about before? Or is that news to you that we have that?
It was news to me.
Yeah, so that's an awesome resource as well. It's been pretty well used, is my understanding, since its inception. It's been a few years now. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. It's just a really easy way to connect with a clinician and kind of get that warm handoff to CAPS as well, if that's what you're looking for. Any other questions? Thoughts? I should also say that Rise is not quite open yet. So if anyone's like around or on campus, we're reopening on September 12th, probably. We're just like waiting for some new furniture and to kind of reset up the space. So we will definitely be open before fall quarter, but we're like, it's been delayed a little bit, just like everything else. So, you know, because of furniture basically. So we'll be opening soon. So once we're open, those hours that I mentioned in the video will be the case.
I'm just wondering, when a student walks into the Rise Center, what should they expect? Like, what is that whole experience like?
Yeah, so we actually have a video on our website that has like a little tour. It will look a little different because we're changing some things around, but when you walk in, so it's kind of hard to find us. We're in the Luval Commons basement. And so when you walk down the stairs, you know, you'll see our front door. And you walk in and it's like, you'll see just like a front desk essentially. And we'll always have someone available like at the front desk. So it will be very obvious, like first person that you see. We have student ambassadors. We have 4 undergraduate students and 1 graduate student who work with us, who will start working with us again in the fall. So there's also students here who work here. So usually one of them will be at the front desk. And if there's programming going on in our big open space, which is where I am now, which is where our couch is and where people can kind of hang out, then that door will be closed. So, you know, like you won't walk in on any programming on accident. You can still come into our little lobby area and there's like, you know, worksheets that you can pick up. There's like brochures. You can just chat with the front desk person. You can, and then if the healing space is open, you can just come in here, hang out, sit on the couch, do homework, whatever. And then we also are offering drop-in hours, which we haven't solidified the actual hours yet, but that'll be on our calendar. But those drop-in hours are similar to like, it won't be with a therapist necessarily, but it'll just be with a staff, a Rise staff person, one of the coordinators. So if you just want to like talk to someone, you need some support, you want to learn more about CAPS, or if you want to just learn more about mental health resources or whatever it is, if you're just needing support, you can drop in and talk to us in our like individual offices, which are also in the space that are just kind of like off to the side. So yeah, it's like, even if there's programming going on, you can still drop in and just check it out and see what's going on. And if there's not, you can just come hang out.
Thank you for the thorough explanation.
Yes, no worries. We're also going to have tons of fun stuff during week 0. We have like a scavenger hunt. We're going to have a walking meditation group. We're going to have like coloring, like therapeutic coloring stuff. We're going to have a journaling workshop. So lots of fun stuff coming up.
Sounds good. If nobody else has any more questions for now, then yeah, once again, maybe email either Dean Santos or Rise if you have any other questions. Dean Santos is still here if you have any questions for her as well. But yeah, Laura and Dean Santos, thank you so much for joining us today and answering all of our questions.
Thanks for having us.